This video deals with underemployment and imputing of income. Previous video, we talked about how child support's calculated. It's calculated on a Missouri Form 14, usually. And in that Form 14, you include different factors. The income of the payee, who's the person receiving the support. You include the income of the payor, who's the person paying the child support. And a couple other factors, health insurance and things like that. So what is a common occurrence in family law cases, divorce cases, child custody, child support cases, is a person who is maybe going to have to pay child support. And maybe this is the person who in the relationship who was earning substantially more than the other one. Maybe this is sort of like the breadwinner of the family. Or maybe not. Maybe it's, maybe let's just throw out a common example. Let's say wife is, working as a nurse and she's making, $5,000 a month gross. And then let's say husband is let's say he's a union carpenter, and it's, he doesn't get as much work over the winter. So let's say, he's also making, let's say he's making $4,000 a month gross. Well, what may happen is, let's say the guy has agreed to have the kids like 40% of the time, or 30% of the time. And so he knows he's going to pay child support. The incomes are roughly the same, but he has substantially less time. Especially if he has 30% of the time, he has the kids less often. He knows he's going to pay child support. Well, what you may have is a situation where he says, I have some control over my income, and I can kind of control how often I work and what jobs I take, and no one else will know. The judge won't know, the state of Missouri won't know, the lawyers won't know, my wife won't know. And so he comes into court and he says, over the past 3 or 4 months, I've only been working, 10 hours, 15 hours, things like that. I'm not getting 40 hours a week. So his argument will basically be, and again, these are, I'm not trying to stereotype and say that, the male is supposed to pay child support. These are just examples. I'm just throwing out random examples. So I apologize if this is offensive to anyone. So he may come in and say, based on this, I should be paying less child support. My child support should be calculated with my income, not being up at, 4,000, 5,000 a month. I'm only right now making 1,000 a month. So my child support should be calculated based on 1,000 a month. Sometimes it works, but usually it doesn't. This is such a common occurrence that judges, lawyers, everybody's pretty well aware of, of how this works. And so what the court does at that point, and they have an opportunity to impute income to the husband. So they can say, you're maybe only earning $1,000 per month, but you're capable and able to earn more. And so, the wife's lawyer will bring in tax returns showing average income in the past, and the court can say, okay, based on evidence presented, and there can be just a wide array of evidence presented. There could be, evidence about the guy going to work but not getting paid. He's not reporting the income. There could be evidence about him getting offered jobs. Maybe there's an email where he says, I don't want to take any additional work right now because I want to keep my child support low. But like the tax returns from previous years, things like that, that can all come into evidence, and a judge can easily and probably would in that situation say, okay, you're capable of earning more than $1,000 per month. I'm going to impute to you $4,000 per month, or $3,000 per month, or $5,000 per month. I'm going to, for purposes of calculating your child support, I'm going to say that you're capable of earning more than what you are physically earning right now. And so therefore, you're not really getting an advantage by suppressing your income during your case. And the judge may say you're going to have an imputed amount of income and you're going to pay an amount of child support that you should be paying.